Okay. All
Good
right.
morning, everyone, and welcome to the Philadelphia Commission of Human Relations public session taking place today, May 19th, 2023. Can we start the meeting with the approval of meeting minutes? Any corrections to note? All right, it looks like we're all good. So I move that we accept the minutes and they are submitted into the record. The next up on the agenda are the cases recommended for closings. I will ask for recusals after I finish reading the cases. A moment while I pull up the cases. All right, the cases recommended for closing for the month of May are as follows. Under employment, we have Chantel M. Powell versus Leonetti's Frozen Food, Jacqueline M. George versus Philadelphia Police Department, Taishia Garvin versus Philadelphia Airport Embassy Suites, Andre Williams II versus Evolution Gaming, Jovita Ndukwu versus the Board of Pensions of the Presbyterian Church, USA, Kerry Willis versus Women Against Abuse, Philip D. Langerholk versus Junior versus Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, Caitlin A. Loftus versus Nazareth Hospital, Marie Paul versus LBS Lounge. Under housing, we have Elizabeth Torres versus Carl Mackley House Limited Partnership. Under public accommodation, we have Julie Chauvinez versus Lagos LLC. And under ban the box, we have Latoya Rollins versus Logistic Care Solutions, LLC. Are there any recusals? Oh, no recusals. All right, so with that, I'd like to make a motion to accept the cases for the month of May. I see a motion made by Commissioner Albert. Was there a second? I'm sorry. Okay, I saw a second by Commissioner Ricks. All in favor? Thank you. Cases for the month of May have been accepted. And IKEA, I'll turn it over to you for your executive director report.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. I want to acknowledge we have some members of the public that are with us viewing the meeting rather today. And I was informed that they are with Citizens Diplomacy and they are observing. We are fortunate enough to have a fellow with us for the next 3 weeks. Her name is Smriti Kaffel. She's from Nepal, and she is with the U.S. Department of Professional Fellows. She is also an attorney in her home country and will be with the agency for 3 weeks. So we're excited to have her as well. So I don't know if she's on. I don't see her, but okay. Yes, she is. There she is. Hi, Smriti. Okay. And so in other updates, we, in terms of community engagement, prevention, and education, on April 24th, Deputy Director Randy Duque presented at the International Visitors Leaders Program, which was a convening of government leaders from over 14 different nations. It was held here in Philadelphia on the city's responses to hate and discrimination. HR Representative David Oliver also presented on the Fair Chance hiring law during Pennsylvania Career Link's weekly job fair in May. In terms of conflict responses, HR Representative Carlos Aviles is working with the 15th Police District and Town Watch Integrated Services to address a neighbor dispute with a bordering town for New Jersey residents who complained about excessive noise coming into their neighborhood. Also, HR Representative Tiara Thompson is assisting Councilmember Gautier's office with mediation and facilitation services regarding the university city developer conflict with the neighbors there. Also, we are happy to report that the neighbors in South Philadelphia who Boone Mott was working with have expressed their thankfulness and feeling of peace related to the services that Boone offered, and they are happy to say that their situation with the racist neighbor has resolved. In other noteworthy events for this reporting period, on April 26th, I participated in a panel for the National Bar Association Women Lawyers Division on the 55th anniversary of the Fair Housing Act, and spoke about nuanced forms of housing discrimination and what our agency is doing to combat housing discrimination. On April 27th, Deputy Director Pamela Gwaltney conducted a training for City Council constituent services on the Renters Access Act, and that was very well received. There was actually questions about source of income discrimination as well. And of course, Pam did a wonderful job explaining those protections. On May 2nd, Attorney Karen Foreman spoke at the Association for Conflict Resolution Greater Philadelphia chapter on feedback every mediator should hear. And we are happy to report that we have some interests potentially of attorneys who want to do some mediation work with us. So that was a great win for the agency. So thank you, Karen. On May 13th, Deputy Director Randy Duque gave remarks at the opening ceremony for the International Chinese Art Society of Americas. The theme or the topic was Chinese and Western Arts Showcase. And it was open from 10 to 3. It remains open from 10 to 3 through June 2nd. On May 19th, today, Karen Foreman, our attorney, will also be participating in an informational panel for first-time renters regarding the Renters Access Act. She will be co-facilitating with Ali D. Medeiros, who is our Fair Housing Commission attorney. And I believe Community Legal Services will also be there as well. And then in terms of events, noteworthy events in the upcoming reporting cycle, on May 23rd, we will be co-sponsoring a gun violence summit. The summit will include a panel, including the Philadelphia Police Commissioner, Danielle Outlaw, also Council Member Kenyatta Johnson, the Director of the City's Office of Youth Engagement, Jeanette Bath-Wadinsky, also Black Voters Matter, and Executive Director Marla Davis Bellamy from Philadelphia Ceasefire. It will occur at the Free Library of Philadelphia on 1901 Vine Street. All are welcome to attend. That will be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then finally, on June 10th, our agency will be participating in the 2023 Disabilities Pride Parade and Festival, which will be held, it's a week-long event, but the parade will be held on that Saturday, and we will be tabling, giving out information about the protections afforded under our office, under the Fair Practices Ordinance. In terms of hate and bias data, we had 6 incidents of hate that were reported to our agency this month. As with prior months, most of them centered on religious, racial, or anti-LGBTQ bias or hate. In terms of religious incidents, we had an anti-Semitic incident where neo-Nazi stickers were found posted in and around Chestnut Hill. There was an anti-Black race incident where a woman found the N-word chalked on her in the front of her home. And then there were 4 incidents, anti-LGBTQ incidents. A trans woman was harassed with anti-trans statements by a known offender. Gender fluid students found graffiti in the school bathroom, which indicated that she should harm herself. Store owner has been receiving harassing and anti-Semitic phone calls from the same person for several months. And then we had received a incident regarding a gay male who was threatened and called anti-gay slurs by a roommate after an incident. For all of these incidents, we maintain contact with the police department as appropriate and with the victims to ensure that they are connected with the resources that they need. And we will continue to track and monitor incidents as they are reported to us. For this year, we've had 36 incidents so far that were reported. 34 of them were confirmed and 2 of them were not able to be confirmed. And with that, that concludes my report.
Kia, are there any questions? Commissioner Austin?
Kia, when people make complaints that relate to posting to something physical as evidence of the harassment and hate, do they send us images of those slurs?
Sometimes, well, a lot of times we will have our discussion with the police department and they'll send us the information that they have. And then if the complainant is contacting us directly, then they'll send us what they have. We actually just got another incident this week. It wasn't during, this reporting cycle, about anti-Mexican postcard that was sent to the Mexican Consul General's office. And so we are able to see, the evidence of that hate, firsthand. And Randy works directly with the agencies that respond to those types of events to make sure that we have our finger on the pulse of any trends that are happening and any gaps if they exist in terms of response.
Yeah, it might be useful for us to collect the kind of visual evidence, not to transfer it or to reproduce it, but to reproduce it with an indication that this will not be tolerated in Philadelphia. So you put it in a bathroom, but you cross out the slur or the offensive symbol, and so that we can communicate to the community that these things are occurring, but we're on the job with regard to responding and trying to prevent it and stop it.
I think that's a great suggestion and definitely noted, so that we can see, hopefully we'll have a communications person fairly soon, and we can get some infographics out to the community.
Yeah, following up on Commissioner Austin's really excellent point, I think it would be a great thing to inform the larger community. We hear about so many incidents and they're so varied. And it's not clear to me at all that the wider population of Philadelphia is aware of how many incidents are happening. I think we're all aware of the deteriorating quality of public conversation, but people may not realize just to what extent individuals in this city are emboldened to really horrific acts of hate. Harassing a store owner who has to answer the phone. You can't run a business without answering the phone. with this known person doing this. I mean, that's really unsettling. And I think it would be very powerful for people to understand Commissioner Austin's 2 points, both that this is happening. It's not just words, it's translated into conduct that is hateful and frankly scary. But also that the commission is on the job and doing a lot. Both of those are really important messages.
Yeah, I agree. We also have, just to sort of share, we have a campaign with the FBI and I believe SEPTA, right, Randy? Where we have the billboard of how to report hate.
It's FBI and police. We have a separate one with SEPTA police on that goes on trains, but the billboard is FBI and Philly PD.
Okay, okay. So we are trying to make sure that residents of Philadelphia are aware that we're here, that we stand ready to support them in the event that an incident like this happens as well.
Like you said, Kia, that communications piece is huge, right? So hopefully if PCHR can get some resources where it can hire a communications person to really get the message out. And then also to track how these hate issues are trending. I know you said it's 36 reported to date this year. So it, maybe included in the report, where was this same time last year? Are we trending in a bad direction? Are we trending in a good direction? To kind of group all of that together with Commissioner Austin's, Commissioner Rick's response. But I know that the key here is communications and having that resource into the department. So let's make sure we support and fight for that and try to help you get that, because this really is important.
That excuse me, that sounds like the kind of article that the Inquirer would be interested in publishing. Just again, to get that data out and get people to be more aware of it once you have someone who can do that work.
Absolutely. All right.
Any other questions? All right, well, thank you, Kia, and kudos to the team on the great work and the panel discussions and getting out the message. And the FBI and SEPTA partnership is all good stuff happening. And I'm so proud of the work that everybody is doing. It really makes me happy to be a part of this commission when I hear stuff like this. So kudos to your team. Let's see what's up next. All right, our next meeting will take place in June. The executive session is scheduled to take place June 9th, and the public session will be held on June 16th. Readers for the month of June are Commissioners Kareem Thomas, Commissioners Albert, Austin, and Loren. With that said, could I have a motion to adjourn?
Could I just make one comment before we adjourn?
Yes.
I think it would be appropriate just for us to acknowledge that the former executive director of the Philadelphia Commission on Human Relations, Rue Landau, was elected as a city council member at large, and that the former chair of the commission, KU, was elected to a position on the Court of Common Pleas. And
Not elected.
Yeah, I was going to say the Democratic candidate.
I'm sorry.
Received the Democratic nomination.
Correct.
We still have to vote.
Yeah. But yeah.
It's true. We have to vote, but in a city with 7-1 Democratic, anyway, it looks likely.
Yeah. So yes, congratulations for both of them for receiving the nomination. And also, I think it's very important to note that, the two mayors that will be in the general election are both people of color. We have our first Asian candidate running and our first African-American woman running. So it's really good stuff in Philadelphia that we should definitely know.
Absolutely. Congratulations to all of them.
Congratulations. All right. So with that, could I have a motion to adjourn? Thank you. I saw it first by the motion moved by Sarah and seconded by Commissioner Ho. All in favor? All right, with that, the meeting is adjourned. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
All right. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.